Hey people, what's going on today is one of those double video days because I was going to hold this one off until tomorrow, but I might be a little tied up, so I'm going to do it now just to make sure I get it out before the weekend, because I'm definitely not doing it over the weekend. Solid chance I wouldn't do it over the weekend. Anyway, so once again, very similar box, which you just saw, right? Because let's face it, I do get a lot of Nike boxes. I mean, I'm a big Adidas guy too, you know, it's just their sales, they don't happen as often as I would like. And I haven't been buying a whole lot from like the Champs or the Foot Lockers or Foot Actions or any of that stuff lately either, for whatever reason. So pretty much everything I bought lately, a lot of it anyway, has been from Nike. Though a box did just ship from Adidas today, yesterday, something. So look for a video coming up next week, probably like, what is it, it's Thursday, so maybe Tuesday, potentially Wednesday. So that's just something so you can, I don't know, keep an eye out for it. Or maybe you'll be interested to see what I'm doing. Maybe you're not. We'll figure it out together. So here we go. This right there, you see what that is? Yes, you do. What is it? Oh yeah, it should be in, you know, this is always I don't always see this, but it's weird when I do. Like that whole double, like that individually wrapped shoe thing that they have going on in there. I mean, I got no problem with it. It's just a little strange, like, and whoever did this, like, definitely put some extra time into doing that, because that's not like, you know, you take the normal shoes, just bam, 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 right, done. Not this, not this. So let's get these things out of here and see what we see, because I am anxious to see them for myself. I'll tell you that. And now, of course, they're virtually impossible to get out of this wrapping. I'm trying not to rip it all up, because, you know, I like to keep the shoes in them so that I can, I don't know, wrap them back up. Alright, so there's one. This right here, we'll get to the other one in a minute. This right here is the Air Max 90 Viotech. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I mean, that's how it's spelled, V-I-O-T-E-C-H. I mean, how else would you say it? Anyway, so quick history lesson, because I can only give you a quick history lesson on this. At some point in the past, there was a low dunk that was in the Viotech colorway. And that particular shoe is what this particular shoe is based upon. So, how popular that thing was back in the day to like make them want to reuse it on this, reuse that style on this, I guess it must have meant something to someone, or maybe it's an anniversary thing. That part I don't know, because I didn't really look that deeply into it, but the answers are probably out there. So if you are curious, or you know, please look it up or tell me, and then we can both know. But moving on from that, let's just see what we see on here. And first, of course, get the other pair out. So give me 1 second, see what's going on with this thing. Let's see. That one came out so much smoother. I don't know what happened to the first one. Sit that guy down there. Alright. Here we go. Like I said, these are the Viotech Air Max 90s. They, quality control wise, they could have done better. There's like some kind of little bit of a glue kind of thing going on the inside of that one, down there in the bottom middle-ish area. You kind of see somewhere around here. I can't see now because I'm blocking the camera. But it was, you know, it looks like it'll be easy enough to deal with. If anything, those free fibers that are hanging off, I can probably just pull those off. Looks like it's just strings that got caught up in the glue, and if I take them off, it won't really affect anything as far as like damaging the look of the shoe or structural integrity or anything like that. So, let's do this. Like I said, here we go, right? The Air Max 90. Now, this is not my favorite Air Max model. It's one of the lower ones, honestly. It's not bad, I'm coming around to it, but something about it compared to like the 1s or the 97s, I mean, it's better than a 98 overall, personally, I'd say that. Not better than the pluses or the maybe not even the zeros. I don't know, it might be equal with those. Anyways, I'm just saying I'm not a huge fan of it, but they do come in some pretty decent colors sometimes, and this is one of them. So I bought these. Initially, Nike, they didn't want to give me my little discount on these. They're like, oh, we can't do it because it's something. And I was like, whatever. So I called it the other number, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to use this student discount. Apparently, like, the student discount, they can't apply it to everything. That's just their store policy. But then they hit me with the other one, and they're like, oh yeah, we can do that, no problem. I'm like, okay. Sometimes it's just about, like, calling and then not getting the answer you want, so you just call later when, like, maybe that shift is over, or you just get somebody else or whatever. But yeah, so that happened, and then I did end up getting my discount, which brought these down. I'm guessing 144. That's the number in my head, which means that these would have been a retail of 160. Anyways, so looking at this, right? This is where the review starts, because that other rambling is mostly unnecessary. Here we go. Okay, so looking at this, right? The Air Max 90. Nothing too crazy about the model, in my opinion, but this particular colorway, though, this is what got me, because I like these colors, right? So when you look across the midsole, nothing you haven't seen before. It's just a little more colorful. So you got that nice yellow color going on. You got the white on the front, and then more white on the back. On the bottom, same on both. Okay, on the bottom you got the blue mixed with the yellow. It's a pretty nice yellow in my opinion. A little bit of a smudge down there. It looks like white out. Again, quality control isn't always great on these shoes. It should be, because you're paying a decent amount for them. But anyway, so moving back up to the upper, this shoe is made up of, I guess it's nubuck maybe? Yeah, because it's not, I don't think it's suede, because it's not acting like suede to the touch. It just doesn't seem that way. On all the colored portions minus the yellow. The yellow is like some weird kind of plastic. Almost feels like a basketball, not a good one, but like a cheap one. You know, like the little small ones you get from like a Harlem Globetrotters game or something. Or just mass produced. Anyways, past that, this part though, this peachish color, that is more of like, the normal fabric that you would feel on a shoe like this, on an Air Max that is. So that's fine. And then on the back, again, man, on the back, that's actually kind of dirty. It's like, you look at that, maybe it's not showing up so much if I get in close enough. There we go. See that? That's what I'm talking about. Like, what is going on in this Nike place? Real quick, I'm going to see if I can look and see when this was made. We're looking at between January and April. So maybe in the however many months that's been for, so 4 months? 4 months it's been since these have been sitting around in a warehouse somewhere. Maybe that's to blame. Maybe that's why they double wrapped it to make them, because they knew they'd get nasty. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do know that I still like the shoe enough. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay full price. Otherwise, I'd be maybe a little bothered. Anyway, so back to, everything here. So the materials that this thing is made up of, I like the colors and everything. Not top notch, not at all. It doesn't feel like anything amazing, not super soft. The purplish area isn't too bad. But it's at least, still, to me, a nice shoe if you're into the colors and stuff. And I am. And then across the lacing area here, it's just like some typical gray laces. In a way, I'm surprised they didn't go with a different color, something a little more eye-catching. But I guess you don't want to do too much with something. Anyways, I do think that while these colors are all different, I wouldn't think to put them together, it still, to me, works, right? Because it's just one of those things. Sometimes you look at something and you wouldn't have come up with that idea, but for some reason, and I'm sure maybe there was some research and they toyed around with it enough and found what does go together, and now we have this. Then on the inside, it's just like your typical Nike Air insole, nothing special about that. It feels like it's pretty plush not super nice and soft, but feels like there's some extra cushioning around the top of the shoe, where your ankle would be and everything. We'll see. We'll see if that creates a more snug fit or anything. because a material like this, I kind of feel like it's gonna have a snug feel to it. But if I had to compare this to something that I have, and that maybe some of you have or have seen, remember the Dynamic Berry shoes? It was an Air Max 1. It's like this color with a little bit of this yellow. Those that came out for Air Max Day in like 2016, or is it 17? It might have been 17. I'm thinking it was 17. But anyways, like those Dynamic Berries that came out a while ago, it's kind of like that material. So if you liked those, you'll probably like these. And other than that, I don't have a whole lot else to say about this. So what we're going to do now, after I look at something, yeah, this one looks weird on the bottom. I don't know what that is. Definitely some crap on the bottom there, like a little piece of glue. It's like, yeah. So again, not the greatest on the quality control, or the quality in general, but the price was pretty decent. So they don't seem to be moving though. So if you're looking at getting these, wait. But time for me to go hopefully pull out that stick thing and make sure it's not broken and knock out this on foot and see how that goes. Okay, I was looking at the Air Max thing. I just noticed that the Air Max on this side, it looks a little higher, and then on this side it's a little lower. It's just the way that is, I guess. So yeah, I mean it makes sense though, because towards the back of the shoe is the lower part. So I guess as far as centering goes, I don't know. It's just something I noticed. But anyway, so now I'm gonna hopefully knock out an on foot for you guys and see what these look like and what they fit like. So give me a moment. I should be back not too long from now. Alright, so now we're back with the Viotechs. One thing I didn't mention in the video because I didn't even notice it or think about it, but I don't know if it's regularly how those are with like the leather tab on the top. It's kind of a nice touch. It just says Air Max up there. But anyway, so let's get these videos in here, start talking about this whole on-foot business. So these things to me, right, I'm going to say normal fit, right? I buy a 9 and pretty much all Nikes, these are 9. They fit like I expected them to. They are a bit snug, you know what I mean? So if you're of the wider foot variety, perhaps going up a half will help you. I don't know if the next size up, the next half size up, is longer and wider or what, but it's just a thing people often say is to go up a half if you have a wide foot. Again, I can't attest to that, but it's what I've heard. So otherwise, I'm going to say stick with your normal sizing. One thing I did also notice about these, and I don't wear a lot of 90s, so I'm not quite sure, but they seem like they fit up here anyways. They just had like they didn't fit wide, but they looked wide. Like, you know, kind of like the whole skate shoe thing, which is, again, what these were somewhat modeled after. So, it's, I don't know, again, I don't wear a lot of 90s, so I don't know if they always feel like that, but I feel like they don't. So, perhaps, it's coming soon, I'm going to have to break out another pair, because it just doesn't seem quite right that they would look that way. But again, they were still nice and comfortable. As you can see, I think they look pretty decent on foot too. I'm really digging these colors though. But yeah, so like I said, sizing wise, straight 9 for me, no problems as usual. And I would suggest the same for you. Again, if you think you want to go up half because like you're of the wider foot variety, it's not hard to find a pair of 90s. So go to any store that sells shoes and you'll probably see 1 or 2. So that's really it. Don't have a whole lot else to say. This is my last review for at least a few days, I'm pretty sure, unless I just decide to make one and talk about anything. But I don't have another pair of shoes coming in for a little while. Like I said before, probably Wednesday or Tuesday will be the next one. And that's if I do the video when they arrive. So we'll see what happens. Alright people, that's it for me. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will be seeing you again in a while. Until then, just go watch my other videos or watch any of these other videos by people that aren't me, because they're also pretty good. So I'll put some links up as I normally do for the end screen thing. See you later. Have a nice night or day, whatever.